What's going on, guys? I'm Toxic Jordan. Welcome back to the channel. So here we have a super battle road run on Inhuman Deeds. We get the no item run done here. We are using a Sworn Enemies team led by the AGL Full Power Frieza. This stage wasn't too difficult overall. I believe this stage came out long before, or at least somewhat prior to AGL Full Power Frieza being an option to run as a leader or even as a unit on the team. So you're going to see in here that the enemies do kind of just get flattened by by Full Power Frieza. It's not like one of the newer Super Battle Road stages where you really can't bring this unit because he will just die if he gets hit with a super, even a single time. You'll see here that that really isn't the case. Around the time that I did this run, I had also done some stages, some similar stages like Exploding Rage, Revenge, and Earthlings. Some of those stages were much more difficult and trying, so I was really cautious going into this. You'll see I'm moving a bit slow at certain points throughout this run, just because I am super nervous about like taking a super attack or whatnot. But we'll end up seeing in a little bit here that it pretty much doesn't matter. I think with the team that we've brought, it was pretty much a guaranteed win. Especially in this first fight, we had a very strong starting rotation. We had both of the Golden Friezas there, so tons of damage reduction. And then you can see this friend, Full Power Frieza, who is rainbowed by the way, is just showing out, putting in amazing amounts of damage here. With the triple super attack, he is able to fully take out the Great Saiyaman. Now, that was a bit of a mistake for me to target the Great Saiyaman, for the sole purpose that we have also brought the Int Final Form Frieza card, the free-to-play Int card you'll see right there in the middle slot. So he gets 50% damage reduction when his guard is active, and his guard is activated whenever there's a Goku's family enemy. So if we had left the Great Saiyaman on rotation, then we would have the 50% damage reduction that we would be able to use there, so we could put him against some attacks. Unfortunately, we don't have that, but lucky enough for us, there were no attacks in the first slot, so we opt to put him there. And this is kind of one of those trial turns where we are just feeling it out. This is our first attempt on the stage, so I have no idea how hard the enemies are going to hit. And so far, I haven't had to find out. The only enemies that have taken damage at all are the Golden Friezas, who aren't going to take anything regardless because of all their damage reduction. So far, I'm still worried that this is going to be, you know, one of those really hard stages. So going into the second fight here, there is no Goku's family category enemy for the Final Form Frieza to be able to to get the guard active, but luckily we do have a tech unit to activate that. So with that in mind, I do want to focus all my damage on the Goten and Trunks this turn, keeping the tech unit around for next turn. I also opt to float off the Full Power Frieza here. I wanted to keep him as a main rotation, do like a Golden Frieza and then a Full Power Frieza in the second slot. But because we're not attacking Android 17 this turn, and he has type advantage over that Full Power Frieza, I was very nervous to put him there. So I opted to put the third form Frieza there instead. It just works out typing-wise better overall. So yeah, we'll go ahead and see how this turn plays out. Luckily, Frieza taking a super attack there. That is what we want to see all the time. We got quite lucky there, being able to get super attacked by Frieza. And again, we've still not been exposed to the type of damage that this stage can potentially do. So here we are able to, I believe, get multiple super attacks off with this Int third form Frieza. So yeah, double super here. So his defense has been raised a decent bit, and he has type advantage against this this Android 17, excuse me. So with him tanking for double digits there, I still wasn't 100% convinced that this stage was weak. But then right here, full power Frieza is not able to finish off Goten and Trunks, but only takes 100k on Super. So that was the moment that I realized that this stage was not going to be that difficult to beat. I was actually expecting to see a KO right there. I thought that we were just going to be outright dead. In other stages that I had been working on around the same time as this one, we were getting hit for like 400, 500k on super attack. So that was very, very surprising to see. And now here we are sitting pretty with the Golden Frieza able to tank whatever in the first slot there. And then we will have the 50% damage reduction with our guard active with the Final Form Frieza. So yeah, it's looking like it's better to rotate off the full power Friezas, at least for this fight, while we have a tech enemy. It's a little bit dicey to keep him on rotation, so I haven't been opting to. And so again, there, we get super lucky. A unit with type advantage and 50% damage reduction takes the super and takes practically nothing. So that is very lucky. While the full power Frieza is able to tank a super for about 100k. Mind you, that was after him being able to do an ultra super and raise his defense as well. So slot 1, that could be bad, or, you know, against, and that was type neutral as well. So against a tech enemy, we still could be in trouble. Okay, not too much to say about this turn. We are looking pretty safe, having the Golden Frieza up there, and then, you know, the Int Frieza. As long as the Int Frieza is able to pull out multiple super attacks for us, his defense should be perfectly fine, perfectly capable of tanking whatever Android 17 is going to throw his way. Keep in mind that we are raising attack every time we super too, which is definitely helpful. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get a third super attack there. We would have been able to finish him off. But transforming Frieza with a fat 4 million attack stat there is able to finish off the fight for us. And so just like that, we are on to the final fight already against the Universe 11 squad here. So this is a bit of an interesting turn for the Int Final Form Frieza, because we don't have a Goku's family enemy, and there's no tech unit. So he's not going to get access to his 50% damage reduction at all, which means he is a huge liability. So I believe I opted to focus all of my damage on Dispo this turn, just so that the Frieza at the end would not have to take any damage from him. And the full power Frieza in the second slot should be looking decent there. Most of the attacks against him are coming from Casserole, who we have type advantage over because he's STR. So I was feeling pretty solid about this rotation, especially knowing that the full power Friezas aren't taking a ton on super. So in the off chance we did get super attacked, I don't think it would be run ending with our 530k HP we have. Oh, we're dropping a little bit of frames there, unfortunately, in the video rendering. Sorry about that. But we do get a 7 million attack stat there, and we do a ton of damage to Dispo. Unfortunately, we aren't able to take him out, and he does super us for 240k. So not the best, but we are still alive. Our health looking very low, though, now, with Frieza taking those few attacks at the end. It would have been a lot better. We would have been a lot better off here if that full power Frieza had gotten an additional super and taken out Topo. That cost us overall about 300k HP on that turn. So I was checking the damage reduction that the Tech Golden Frieza has here. He's got 50% damage reduction as opposed to 80 because we're below the 50% HP mark. So I was debating who to throw in that first slot, if I wanted to just keep full power Frieza there, or if I wanted to switch the Tech Golden Frieza. I believe I opt to keep the full power Frieza here because his defense is about 170k, which I thought would be enough. And we are getting the Ultra Super, and because we're getting attacked before we attack, we actually get a guaranteed additional super. So I am 100% confident that Casserole is going to be taken out here. So I switched to targeting Dispo against Frieza there, just in case there's a super attack, so we don't have to take that in the middle slot. And then that way that attack with Dispo in the final slot will be mitigated as well. Here, I was just double checking if he attack lowered or anything like that, if I wanted to maybe attack the Topo, because he has multiple attacks there at the end. But he doesn't attack lower, so we just went ahead and targeted Casserole in case he was still alive. Alright, and so the Frieza was able to tank, so that was a good risk, putting him in the first slot there. There were no super attacks, luckily. And with his guaranteed additional super there, he is able to take out Casserole. So Casserole is dead there, and we've only got the 2 enemies to worry about. Frieza does get a nice little attack buff when we're below 50% HP with 2, which is nice. So that gave him enough to finish off Dispo there. So now we just have to make sure we don't get super attacked by Dispo, because we would probably die. So, we are able to get an additional super here, luckily. That's always good for the defense. Our health is looking dangerously low at the moment. Only 2 super attacks. You can see we're still taking 25k from normals there, so we definitely would have died on super attack. That's very good that we didn't. That we didn't have to take a super. This is also very lucky because we're below 40% HP. This AGL Golden Frieza is absolutely useless and needed a slot where he was not going to get attacked. So it's very lucky that we have that. It's still looking a little scary because we have type disadvantage in that last slot, and our health is really low. So none of the units on rotation can take a super attack. We are definitely going to have to do big damage here and probably finish Topo off in order to win here. So let's see what we are able to do in this turn. Okay, so with a fat, almost 7 million attack stat from this friend, Full Power Frieza, we are able to put in a ton of damage there against Topo. No additional though, so he isn't dead yet. We're not out of the woods quite yet. But then, there we go, we get the critical hit with our Tech Transforming Frieza, and that seals the deal. And that is Inhuman Deeds Super Battle Road, beaten with no items. So yeah, I guess one of the easier ones for sure. We took an untimely super, and we were still managed to make it through. So yeah, a pretty good run. We were able to win in just over 12 minutes there. But yeah. That is going to do it for the video today, guys. I hope you enjoyed that one, and I'll catch y'all next time.